Ugh, I don't want to rocket ship this. She even wears tattoos. No fucking way am I rocket shipping this. But science for science. Welcome to Rocketship, boys. I take a person and I check their influence. Look how big my influence is on me. I can't escape myself, guys. Please help. I spend so much time alone. So we have a little bit of drama going on, right? I actually found a word that describes what's happening. After watching 3 more videos about, oh my god, Anisa is such a bad person. Like, what? I would love to have Anisa as my partner. Why? Because I don't have anything, you know? And probably Idubbbz is in a similar situation. Yeah. His relationship maybe sucks. You don't know that, by the way. It's very difficult to tell whether someone's relationship sucks because, like, what, you gonna fucking eat crumbs off the floor? So the way I can describe this, there's an actual word for this. It's called failbait. It's a failbait. Like, Idubbbz is clearly failing to have a good relationship. He clearly has problems communicating his intentions or stopping himself from doing fucking random shit. Let's put it this way. It's failbait. Like, he failed to convince the internet that H3 is a bad person or whatever, right? And he also dunked on H3 right the same time as the villains did, making him look like one of these guys, you know, like, he did make a meme, but again, that's what made him fail immediately, and he knew that. I think he knew that. I think he knew what he's doing. He's fail baiting, bro. Fucking badass. I wanna bring that back.
Smoking out the room, sorry homie, it's a fucking habit. Mad dog off the leash, I don't be staying out home runs. Pull with a knife, cut your ass like a shotgun. A clown acting, hella strange. On the rhythm, I forgot about your punk name. Saying why you must wanna die. Fucking legal, either way the people send about the highest man, the toke, and the general, the next.
To sound more credible, I will give you guys a lot of psychological analytics of Anisa. I already gave you guys psychological factor of fail baiting from Idubbbz. Like, that's his entire content, that's his entire brand, is to just not give a fuck of what happens, just kind of like lazy living. But sometimes he wants to jump in and just like throw some punches. That's fine, you know? Bro doesn't take life seriously, and that's a pretty good advice to a lot of people, to be honest, who actually do pick up crumbs off the floor of someone else's relationship when they don't have anything. Alright, let me pick up some crumbs. Let me join in on the fun because I have exclusive access now. Morality allows me to check out Anisa and her OnlyFans. I will do that. I do tend to check OnlyFans, guys. First time ever, guys. We're gonna check someone's OnlyFans. I can tell you guys I'm not gonna like it, but we're gonna check it out and give more influence to Idubbbz. I forgot the most important part. The top position. So where do we begin our journey? She's a streamer, right? And we're not gonna get any of her clips or anything. Like, she don't even exist as a YouTuber. It's fucking pathetic. People still fucking run around. And then I'm not gonna get anything from this either. Wow, so much content waiting to happen. Shit on some, like, beautiful women, you know? Then I'll join in. I can't control myself. Sneaky sneak up YouTube and Twitch, and, like, where is she? Her existence is literally that. How is she responsible? Wow. Actual psycho. There's nothing else to watch but this is of her. Yeah, that's the sentence, guys. Very bad.
Everybody, welcome back to the channel.
How do I know? Because I've done it to one of you fuckers in real life, and you have cried.
My assumption is she's apologized. What am I?
How do I spawn in a YouTube shithole
I
right
don't even
now?
know this person. That's really not cool.
Wait. This fits perfectly. Look at that. Did I qualify for something? Look at that. Beautiful.
It's like, okay.
To be on a leash. I need to be on a leash, a tight leash, to be honest, because I am unhinged. I feel person on YouTube.
Anisa, get your
Wow.
head out of your ass. You're not being a cuck. Should it be a, is it a, you're on a leash thing, okay? And again, I can't emphasize enough from those fucking clips that I would never let my fiance express.
I would never date a person who has a short hair and a bunch of tattoos. Like, at some point, it is a little bit too much for me. But I'm definitely, like, super high standard person, so nah, bro. I have high IQ, alright? You wouldn't notice that I'm a high standard person. I have high IQ.
Express, like, my, let's just say I had IDUBBZ. And on top of that, if you actually
If you see the screen, not high IQ
look
is
at
happening
Anisa
on
and
the
streams that she does.
screen. Not very high IQ. You're better off just playing a fucking grid game, basically. There you go. That's high IQ because there's actually a high score involved. Like, bro, and I made it myself. You know, like, it's pretty cool shit. So we're literally in a vortex of the shittiest fucking drama ever that doesn't even have content. Cringe loser. What a loser. The only place she is Maximum Damage Podcast. And I can actually watch it. I'm ready to watch the podcast if I want to. What's the spiciest one we have? What the fuck is this? Who rolled over the podcast previously is the question. First, but she ruined my career. Wow, look at that. Literally fail baiting right there in your face. Fucking crazy. Maybe maybe he will explain a little bit more about how he feels about this whole situationship. And then we check her OnlyFans. To me, it feels like, oh, we're in on it, you know? We're in on it on this joke, on this fail bait joke. We make them run around us, basically. What a beautiful, loving relationship that is, if that's what's going on. Like, if they're in on it, if they plan every single fucking fail bait move, which they can, you know? You just don't know relationships. They can do that shit. They can completely fucking ruin the internet. If they wanted to, because they're smart enough to do that. They know everything that's gonna be said is gonna be used against them, and it's like, fuck it, you know? Maybe they have cards they're willing to play to distract everyone just for 5 more minutes. Give me more Idubbbz drama, please. Idubbbz said this thing, Anisa said this thing, Idubbbz got exposed. Fucking insanity, bro.
I'd like to talk about.
Like, this guy doesn't seem like a loser to me. She don't look like a loser at the moment. So, before we continue, fails and wins. Let's look at that. Alright, does Anisa fail more or win more? Let's figure it out.
Yeah. That had a bumper sticker that said...
Eat, sleep, falconry.
Falconry.
Yeah.
I think...
See, she helped. I don't know what this bumper sticker is on. What kind of topic are we gonna dive into, but... Fuck yeah, falconry, let's go.
Is maybe not specific.
When you're in a relationship, you're actually weighing the positives and negatives. And Idubbbz literally don't give a fuck about the internet, on what the internet thinks. It's one of the smartest thing you can actually pull. Like, high IQ person would do that. They would just give a middle finger to the internet because, fuck you guys. Like, they don't give a fuck about anything. They are not even charitable themselves. The internet doesn't care about giving me subscribers because I only have 8 subscribers. You're not charitable, you pieces of shit. I know that firsthand. Like, internet is more likely to give you an insult than click a button for you, you know? That's it. You're not charitable, you're not kind. Give me insult for a subscription, alright? Insult me, but at least subscribe, right? I'll take it. But if you just fucking throw rocks at me, it's like, what the fuck is going on? This is the internet that I had to actually experience. And I'm just 350 subscribers old. Alright? Imagine someone being 7 million subscribers old.
Specifically falconry, but I've been wanting
His garage and like whittles a
Alright, she's trying to explain something. Usually women don't do that.
plane or
Trying to explain the difference between a special interest and a hobby.
something.
like
This is how internet feels like, right? You literally see drama, drama, drama. Everyone is trying to tear someone down. But they don't give like a genuine assessment. So it like you naturally get to the conclusion this is the smartest thing to do. You can trash me all you want, but I have to naturally get to a conclusion that whatever you say is actually true. How do I do that? Of course people don't have enough brain cells to actually direct you towards a conclusion. So it's like, okay, I'm watching this. No one told me to do that. Maybe naturally I'll figure out that Anisa is a terrible person somehow. But so far, we're losing. We are losing. If I was siding with the internet, I would be fucking losing right now. Of like, what is going on? This person looks normal right now. Why are they not like Monkey Banana dancing and shitting on Idubbbz face right now? All over his face. Why are they not fighting each other, right? What's going on?
Because I feel like a
You know who was a loser though? One of these people. One of these people was a fucking loser when the podcast was started, right? Maybe it was too early, but you drag these people who can't talk. And I don't think Hila actually became not a loser. I think she's just like a pawn. Like just an agreeable to Ethan pawn. Just a fucking echo chamber. Who has no original thoughts, just attack a helicopter. I don't want to insult Hila, I just don't like her, And I gave a honest assessment.
I think he's that wants to go on this journey with you.
Yeah, it's like real love.
Yeah.
That's
They're talking about falconry, and the falcon can just run away anytime.
real love.
That's real love. Like
See, they made it into real love right after. There's some pretty crazy shit we're witnessing. It fucking makes me hurt. Like, to know how disgusting internet actually is. Because they will have to justify their fucking actions one day.
over the years, including like the apology video that I made, for a lot of people that was like, it's so unexpected and like, what the hell? Like, but like, if you knew me as a person, like none of that would be like super surprising
No.
to hear.
And
There was one comment being made that, well, he's talking about dumping. I need to dump because that's podcast. It's quite understandable. Like, he asked of, like, why are you here? Is podcast gonna, like, benefit you? And she's like, nah, I'm just tagging along. But there was this comment being made of, like, Idubbbz hated H3 for emotional dumping on his podcast. And it's like, he's saying the same thing.
It's like, oh, I just need to sometimes dump a little bit.
It probably tells more about podcasts than H3 in particular, but it has to serve a little bit of more purpose than just dumping. And if you're on YouTube, just podcasting isn't actually a respectable thing. It's a fucking meme. Yeah, dump. Like, it's a nice thing if someone is, like, living in the shadows and suddenly needs to have a podcast and they can't do anything better than that. Fine. If you're a YouTuber, you can supplement that to some extent. Prepare your audience, as he says. But if you H3, then you're a fucking streamer. And I can poop into your stream. Enjoy. Wait 1 second. There you go. Clean this bitch.
Like talk.
self that seemed to be like the antithesis of who you were online, right? Like,
Okay, she brings up interesting idea that the online Idubbbz is very different than offline Idubbbz. Who would have thought, right? In social circles, you are a fucking wacko. And when you go home, you have to appear normal to your parents, to your family, right? Not piss anyone off. Not try to be a wacko because people try to fucking rest in their homes, you know?
I'm into just like a podcast segment or just even a talking point. That's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, I agree. I think you have a lot of opinions and a lot of things that you can and should say.
I get to
If you're a big YouTuber, you don't want to end up emotional dumping on your podcast, there's no space for that besides like emotionally dump to prostitute, to the nearest prostitute. I don't give a fuck. You should have many friends if you're a big ass YouTuber, right? Emotionally dump there. So H3H3 drama thing, little snippets of the emotional dump thing, where H3 kind of spins it off like, oh, you're not getting enough views on your podcast. And everyone else sees hypocrisy. I don't quite see hypocrisy yet, because he genuinely has to emotionally dump and not just be like a serious person who wants to clean up his schedule and his brain a little bit so he can do more things. I have this thing going on. This is kind of a dump of my thoughts. It's almost like a completely different thing entirely. It would be emotional dump if someone fucking watched it, right? If someone interact with it, and I was like super angry or something. It was emotional dump at some point when I had to fight women in general, you know, use it as an indirect attack on a particular woman who was defending women, and it was a little bit of a dramatic sort of dump. But you need that sort of shit. Also, he literally... Okay, never mind. I looked at this and I'm like, that's dump right there. Well, I kind of insulted him. I still don't know what the fuck to do with the name, to be honest.
I rabbit hole.
When is Anisa gonna start failing and being a fucking degenerate? I want to know. Which part of the fucking video do I have to skip
Into
to?
something.
People suck the dick of science, but they cannot scientifically tell me, watch this video, skip to this part, and you will get scientifically the most Anisa's fucking bullshit claims and statements and misinformation and in mental illness. Where's that? Where's that scientific fucking move when you need it the most? Eh? Internet is a fucking shithole.
About like
What the fuck is up with the water retention? And I do have kidney issues, obviously, because of my, I almost died of septic shock as a kid, in my kidney.
Man, they're talking about doctor stuff. Fucking garbage. My water retention is now normal.
sometimes
Honestly, double fail because the audience doesn't need that
like
fucking
things
information.
go well.
That I could
They're talking about farts, bro. What the
be
fuck? Shut the fuck up.
ripping ass.
Right, and you don't.
And I don't.
Yeah. Your drawers. I was gonna say drawls.
Why are we talking about this?
It's worth it. We need for the first podcast, I think it's really important to have a wide swath of like topics.
I guess that's what I've realized I want to get out of the podcast is just people understanding what our dynamic is finally.
Oh, that's true.
That's
a great point.
Because, like, I think people...
Well, you're not cooking dinner. Well, at least be doing this.
Yeah.
I think it's that mentality generally. But, yeah, I don't know. It's been a huge relief for me to, be working with you on, like, all the projects that we've worked on. Literally couldn't fathom doing Creator Clash without you.
God.
Couldn't fathom doing this without you.
Yeah.
And it just feels so right. And, oh, that was another thing. I was always worried that it would start a fight. Because then we're just going to fight. Then basically not at all compare how we used to.
I can't believe how much we don't fight, especially with Creator Clash and, like, everything that goes on. We fight once, like, every 3 months. I feel like that's not even an existence. You're fighting.
Yeah, but your fights are so fucking hardcore. You break a leg, you break an arm, right? You cast a spirit bomb so the other person fucking evaporates for 2 months.
Now doesn't.
But that's what fighting is all about, is being better at fighting.
On where
So you don't have to do it as often. Fucking badass right there.
each person's at.
Remember when I did Kepler? Gosh, I still gravitate, guys. She has full name. Like, what the fuck is this? I think she wants to send more skulls to H3H3. She found some big ones.
Saved. Like, you pulled me out of my fucking, like, I mean, in some ways it's a fucking, like, death spiral.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's very easy to make the type of content I was making, like really toxic, edgy stuff, and it kind of locks you into it, right? Because, like, to be honest, I feel like it's way worse to upset that fan base and say that, like, hey, I even just saying, like, hey, I have some standards of, you know, how it's called edginess for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. You're on the, like, precipice of saying things that are acceptable. Mm-hmm. And just saying, like, yeah, I think I'm maybe too far on the side of edgy guys, like, that's too much for a lot of them. And I think in fairness, it makes them reflect a little bit about their own lives and themselves. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel like that. I feel like you have been a great partner in not, like, I don't feel in any...
You would go on your computer and play Hearthstone, and then at around I got to work.
She said Hearthstone, guys. She said Hearthstone. Idubbbz, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my Hearthstone channel. Bitch,
So usually
I'm literally better than you in Hearthstone, Idubbbz. What are you doing with your life?
Look back on that memory, even though it was, like, incredibly shit. Literally everything about that is incredibly shitty. I'm like, man, we did that together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
at things that were happening online, or all the, you know, the shitty, you know, anger takes that people had. Like, it almost made it that much more special.
Yeah.
To, you know, go away from it and binge watch. It's like the rain and the thunder and the lightning outside, where it's like, oh, it makes my home feel so much
cozy.
better.
Yes,
they were like the ecstasy that made everything more heightened.
Right.
So thank you if you left a hate comment at that time, because you made Hunter x Hunter even more special.
Yeah, we need to harness that for, like, you know, now.
Yeah.
What are we at time wise, Dane?
Hour 15.
Oh my god.
How dare you, bro? How dare you not have a timer? Hey, aren't you a fucking YouTuber?
Well, and again, that was one of those instances where the guy had no interest in me.
No.
I was like, I was invisible to this person.
Yeah.
But you were not invisible to him.
No.
And I think that's sort of the thing.
Uh-oh, she has a boyfriend. And boyfriend happens to be invisible.
I don't want to be ignored, and I live a sad and lonely life, and it's like, I'm not going to take that from you. There's a lot of very lonely men out there, and that's incredibly sad, but women are not who you should be mad at for, like, that whole...
I am mad at every single viewer that did not subscribe.
...scenario, because men are very aware of that reality of, like, if this person wanted me to not leave this elevator... I'm not leaving this elevator. And that's, like, a hard... You can, like, look at... Okay.
So last time I checked, it's good to start with farts, by the way, and I'm not leaving this elevator. Oh, the elevator joke. Because we elevated from fart jokes to elevator jokes. Crazy, right? The meta. Yeah, where's the fucking problem? I would ask the internet before I punch it in the face. That's what I would say.
If I need to, right? Like,
if I need to.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer.
They might apologize just before the connection, you know? The relationship starts. Relationship always starts with connection. And sometimes you can't connect person on a verbal level, but physical level, bam, slam, alakazam, dude. Nice rocket ship you have there, Idubbbz. We reached 3,000 right now. How cool is that?
I'm average man in combat.
Yeah, that's true.
But do with me, and that is seeing
Jeffrey Dahmer's
have to think about it at all. And the all we have to do is pretty fucking easy. Like,
what the fuck is wrong with you, Idubbbz? You're worse than your partner. Jesus, you made a fail seeing men go through easy stuff. What a fucking feminist you are.
Honest.
Fucking made a
'Cause that's-
feminist podcast right there, bro. This is the amount of cringe that I have on my face. Ooh,
It's
feminist.
a lot of shit. Honest.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of shit to go through.
That's why, like,
I worry
That's what I like.
thing up.
okay. I don't think we're having kids. Do you think we're having kids?
Yeah, there might be a kid somewhere that you are having right now. They do invite guests for some reason. What a bunch of losers. Talking about movies? Get the fuck out of here. Wait, did she got a chin? This almost looked like a chin, bro.
There, but the
What is happening? What is this other stuff, though? What is this hot seat?
cold, frigid reality of a cruel, cruel world. You
It's like a fucking apocalypse shelter that has been taken over, though. Oh, wow, guys. This is a pretty popular one for some reason. I wish I knew the reason, my friends. Ah, yes. Science.
I just
like
ate
I'm a little-
words. It
Yeah.
sounded
Shut the fuck up about those dirty pillows.
like you're gonna say bra.
When you have bigger boobs or just
Stop
boobs
feminizing this podcast.
that
What
are
the
beyond,
fuck?
I would.
I just think things are changing. Things might have to get bad until they get better.
Ian, people are dying.
Yeah,
At a
that
large-
always
Shut the fuck up. They always die.
happens.
Yeah,
Not like
kids are starting.
me, but legs. You look at what I'm lifting, and you're like,
Okay, I'm fucking bored. Let's go OnlyFans.
yeah, it's
Good enough.
good enough for me.
Good enough for me. Yeah, I feel there's too many leftardation vibes in the podcast. I think Idubbbz does have his waifu unhinged a little bit. He's definitely no longer fun to listen to, and they have dumped, as they say, they have dumped successfully. Now he's just fucking trash. Only because it doesn't really have a purpose.
He left.
Yeah.
And
Like, I would have much more fun watching TikTok.
the violent outcome of putting people through hated on like these. There's people who go into like immunology and virology. There are people who are experts in that field, and you know, as a nurse, like there you can vary in how much you know about that field specifically.
course.
And nurses that don't know very much about that field decide to grift, and it can be very dangerous. So
Yeah,
government.
no,
Well, he definitely can grift. That's a possibility.
As, when it me, especially
The fuck is the dog doing?
people who have served
What is this
overseas
shit?
and definitely have mental health crisis. He sounds
It's doing nothing. What the fuck? Oh man, it slowly died.
on Reddit it says 2 years ago vomit.
They also did a take against J.K. Rowling, which is like, yeah, it's left-hearted. It's just a fucking talking point we heard many times.
You're just
yeah,
like,
I mean-
oh, that sounds good. That sounds like a.
like the stay-at-home mom thing wasn't really
Yeah.
like a thing,
Mhm.
right? So that's why, like, again, like something that I'm finding really empowering right now is like I am my own mom. I'm my own dad. I am giving myself that care of teaching myself all these things.
Does your own mom know that you are naked on the internet? You should do OnlyFans, because you never know if Idubbbz is obtainable. If you're still at the same level. Hmm. The OF thing was kind of scraped off the internet, but because I'm such a educated man, I can find it.
Yeah,
So what do we got from Instagram? Wow, look at that.
I think we have a lot of anecdotes about people's upbringings.
Okay, the other side of podcast was like more normal, more tame. They do have to get that fucking fart out of the way before they go elevator.
That
I
was-
guess.
that's
I
wrong.
don't know.
He tells me that they would serve him raw.
I think I know what's going on, basically. It is so that Idubbbz has a support system, basically. But he needs a different type of support system. He needs a YouTuber special support system. It might hit expiration date very soon. But yeah, imagine like all of this hate comes at you. And she proves how toxic the internet can be. She just like fucking fail baits the internet even more. Maybe you can see it by the amount of damage she's taking over time. Like, you can see it's aging, but knowing her personality from a smile and a face alone, yeah, it's a fucking support system. I just don't know if he's chilling, basically. He's gonna retire. He's going for a new phase. He's gonna be kicked out. Just like, you are 18 years old now, you can take care of yourself. I don't know what's gonna happen, but could be interesting. Or maybe nothing happens. I don't care.
I figured trampoline and backyard.
Oh, that's all right. That's
Dealing with parenting right now and getting your
Well, it didn't suck too much. It's approvable. They all kind of share interest in general. And they talked about cleaning, and I find it very clean. Alright? That's it. We just checked, in case there's any dirt at all that I can find. What the vibe I describe is, internet wants to make fun of something, and smart people are not in on it, hopefully. You know, and the internet gets very upset. Why are you not in on it? Why are you not in on it, boy? But don't get too fucking upset, bro, because I might be in on it on fucking kicking your ass. When it's possible. Because I'm preparing to kick your ass. I'm very busy. You don't understand. This was Rocketship, and I'm out after 30 minutes of Anisa. Ugh. Whatever. She's not that ugly. Until now. She's a fucking goblin now.